It's time for Street Smart's Top 10. Number 10 is Apple, up nearly 2% after the Obama administration vetoed a ruling from the International Trade Commission that would have banned the import of older iPhones and iPads. Such a ban would have essentially stopped Apple from selling the devices in the U.S. since they're assembled overseas.
Qualcomm shares are dropping nearly 1% after Piper Jaffray downgrades the stock to neutral from overweight. The firm says reduced demand for high-end smartphone components will cause Qualcomm's revenue to drop.
Number 8 is Tesla, a market darling getting even more love, up 5%. Jefferies says the electric car maker has adjusted the pricing and options on the Model S. The firm believes the adjustments should help distinguish between more and less price-sensitive buyers and improve margins of the company.
Number 7 is HSBC, falling 4.5% today after its earnings missed estimates, and the CEO said growth is slowing. HSBC's mainland Chinese market slowed unexpectedly in the first quarter of this year, while Latin American growth eased in the first half on weak consumer consumption.
Hub Group down a fraction today. Buyout firm Hellman & Friedman has agreed to buy the Chicago company in a deal that values Hub at about $4.4 billion. The deal is the largest takeover of a U.S. insurance broker on record, according to data compiled by Bloomberg.
Number 5 is Penney, down about 3.5%. The department store chain is hiring Deborah Berman from Kraft as Senior VP of Marketing. Berman will be responsible for revitalizing Penney's brand. How many people have been
revitalizing? I don't know. She's
going to report directly to CEO Mike Ullman. Tough
yeah, they need a lot of people because they get a lot of revitalizing.
You hire Kraft, and then you wonder why the stock goes down.
Right.
Oh, Kraft.
Well,
that's
you hired an Apple retailer, you hire a Kraft retailer, you're a box store, clothing, mostly women's clothing.
Right.
So just hire someone.
In other words, neither is
get someone who knows what she's doing, right?
Kraft, she does cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you saying Penney is cheesy? Is that the problem here, Leo?
Number 4, InterDigital, falling 10% today after Bloomberg reported the U.S. decision in Apple-Samsung case. That case may limit the ability of companies like InterDigital to rely on royalty revenue from standards used in smartphone chips or sound transmission.
And Tyson, the meat processor, is up 4%, rising to its highest level since 1984 after earnings and revenue beat the analysts' estimates. Tyson saw record profit from its chicken unit and wider margins in the beef business during its third quarter.
Oh, that chicken unit. Number 2, Revlon, up about 6%. The cosmetics maker has agreed to buy the Qualcomm Group for about $660 million in cash from CVC Capital. The acquisition will bolster Revlon's offerings to professional salon customers.
All right, we're coming up on our number 1 stock of the day. Time Warner Cable. Time Warner down a little more than 0.5% right now. The CEO, Glenn Britt, has offered to end a 4-day blackout of CBS stations, saying the cable operator would allow CBS to sell its station signal a la carte to consumers instead of being packaged with other channels. The a la carte option is something that's been talked about quite a bit. Senator McCain has been pushing this idea. CBS has responded, saying it's formulating its response to Britt's offer. So we're waiting for that. Here we are, coming up on the close. Here we're going to market that ended slightly lower there on the S&P. 1707 is your level. Dow Jones Industrial Average trading down about 52 points there. So a little bit of a downside day for the markets here. Looks like financials, healthcare, industrials, energy, all lower. Really the only standouts here, just barely eking out a gain, consumer staples and infotech.